Okay, good morning, good morning, good morning. Ooh, look at the screener, man. Look at the amount of huge gainers we got yesterday. Nuts. So today, let's see who can continue, right? Let's pull up a few of the big gainers yesterday. Malawa, Micron, both of these are steel. I think both of these are steel related and they are just late. They're just late boomers compared to like MA Steel, right? MA Steel, it's been, let's see the 15-minute chart. It's been running for the past maybe 3-4 days already. Lion Industries, running for the past 3-4 days. But Malawa and Micron, they've been quite quiet. And they finally woke up. So I expect some continuation on these stocks. Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, those are the main top gainers. CN Asia limit up yesterday. So we gotta keep all of this on our watch list. Wow, I think it might limit up again on open. Its theoretical open is 165. It's about to open at 165. Are you kidding me? It's crazy, dude. So CN Asia can provide quite a juicy dip soon. It's gonna open at 169. That's insane. So this will keep a very close eye. Very close eye for a dip buy, mainly. So our watch list will mainly consist of these steel industries. So we're going to put that all into our watch list so that we have easy access to it. Looks like K-Power is about to go up as well. It dipped quite high yesterday, so yep. So mainly watching these two stocks. Let's try to draw some lines just to gauge where it could bounce, right, and where the resistance is at. So a bit of support here, a bit of support here, and a bit of support here. See on the daily chart. Wow, there's not much resistance. So there's resistance up here. Some resistance right here. 60. Resistance up here. Possible resistance up here. Okay, 1 minute to the bell. It's at a resistance point, so no surprise there. Honestly, after this, yeah, let's just ignore the ones that go too far back. 30 seconds to market open. This will be quite crazy. Let's open one more let's check Inctex. Inctex as well. This is different. This is a wholesale, so put this on the side as well. Gonna watch CN Asia for anything crazy, for anything extra crazy. Look at that gap up, man. That's insane. That is crazy, dude. And gap up to 163. How's Light Industries? So Light Industries and MA Steel can go hand in hand. Put MA Steel up, right? And let's just watch the other steel as well. So for today, I will be jumping between stocks because most of them will be moving almost in tangent with each other. These 4 steel companies, but I gotta keep bouncing from stock to stock just so I can identify which is better for trading. And you can see CN Asia is about to hit limit up already. That doesn't make any sense. So let's see if we can flatline here for a while and then give us a huge dip. So a dip off of 150, 140, and 130. Those will be my target entries. But dude, this is crazy. This guy, CN Asia, out of nowhere, yesterday limits up, and then today opens and limits up already. You can see that there's no more selling. There's no more sell orders. Right? There's no more sell orders. So you literally can't buy the stock anymore, unless somebody sells into the buy queue. So let's watch the steel industry, mainly Melawar and Micron. Melawar I'm watching around 620 maybe. So let's send alert for CN Asia first in case it starts to dip. Right. Sorry if it's a bit messy today. There's quite a lot of things happening, looks like. This could be a potential entry if it starts to push back up above the day high. Then that means I can see a continuation of the buying momentum. Okay, let's see who is the biggest gainers. Engtex as well, gapped up, not much movement. Micron leading the percent gainers. Seems like it's holding up quite well. Melawar selling off a bit, following Lion Industries and MA Steel. So all of these steel companies could possibly look for a dip trade around here. So if I see all the steel players start to curl up, right, then I can try to enter Melawar for a dip trade, but it's not ideal right now, I think. Okay, I am giving it a shot at 575, trying to anticipate the continuation. So so you can see the sell off after a strong green day, right? So I'm not surprised if it sells off and then curls up and continues. So I'm not surprised if it continues like this. So that's what I'm trying to anticipate right now. It's slightly risky. Yep, it's definitely slightly risky, and it definitely depends on the rest of the industry. So I have to keep it open on the side just to make sure that I am in line with the rest of the industry, right? So I'll put up the steel players on the side. Looks like it's selling off, not ideal. I might just let go of my position first, depending on how this goes. Entered slightly too early, I think. It looks like a decent buy order at 565. Very big sell order at 575. If we can clear this, then I think it's clear skies. If we can clear 575 right here, this 9,000 lot order, then I think we're off to 60 cents, 620. It's slightly risky, this trade, but since the momentum is so strong, I think it's a very playable trade, a very playable a trade that makes quite a lot of sense. So I want to see all the other steel stocks start to push up. Micron isn't doing much right now. Entex, MA Steel is pushing up slightly. We broke above red to green. So first target is 620. I want to see how it behaves around 620. So a bit of resistance at 580, 585. But at least we're still holding 575 and 570. A bit of resistance here. So MA Steel is pushing up right now. So I do expect Maloa to follow through and push up as well. So this could be an add spot. I might add another, add a bit more at 580. Adding a bit at 580. So holding quite a substantial size now. Slightly bigger than I usually play, but because of how strong the momentum is, I'm willing to take a bit more risk. So I want to see it push past 60 cents, right? Once it pushes past 60 cents, we get 620, and I'll unload half my size at 620. I want to see it push past 620. I'll show you. Okay, so Micron, you can see Micron is pushing up already. Let's see if we can, I'll send an alert here in case it breaks above yesterday's resistance. Lion Industries facing a bit of resistance now. Waiting to see MA Steel. Okay. Seems like it's facing some resistance. So I'm just gonna unload half my size first. Okay, I sold 100 lots, 1,000 lots into 595. So just as a precaution. So I added here. I sold half of it into this. It might have been a bit early, but because I'm holding larger than average size, so I just wanted to clear it quickly. Now I'm just gonna hold this for a break of 620. So Micron already broke yesterday's high, so that's very good news. That's very good news. Now I want to see Maloa follow through and break through 620 as well, right? And I have my order ready to clear half of my shares around 620, 615 area. So right now I'm still holding 1,000 lots. I sold 1,000 already. Slightly early, you can say. You can say it's slightly early on the sell. But when you're playing larger size, right, than you're used to, it's always better to play the safer route, you know. Take the safer route. So you can see that it's struggling around 615. So if it can break through 615 right now, I'm going to sell another 500. So I'm watching it for a break of 615, watching Micron, because once this starts to sell off, Maloa will follow as well. So I might be selling slightly early into this move, but that's okay because this is the initial push, right? So I can still come in again if it does if it builds up for a morning breakout. If it builds up for a morning breakout like that, I can have another entry up here. So I'm just trying to capture as much as I can on the way up while risking as little as possible. See if we can break 620. Looks like we are cracking 620. Nice. That is exactly what I want to see. Come on, let's clear 620. Let's try to clear 620. Now we're pulling back a bit. 615. Can we hold 610? So everyone, all the other steels are basically pushing up now. MA steel, you can see it's breaking through its resistance already. It broke through already, not breaking through. Micron also, no selling pressure yet. So I'm surprised to see that Melawa is having trouble breaking 620. So I might let go some at 610 into the selling pressure. Yep, I'm selling a bit at 610. Still holding 500 lots. It might just be a quick sell-off on Micron. Very big sell-off on Micron, so I will keep an eye on the rest of the industry. If the rest of the industry starts to sell off, I'll sell into the next big green candle that Melawa can provide. So I'm out over here, another 500 lots, unfortunately. So see, Micron is still pushing up, so I don't know why it's struggling at 620 so much. Probably because it's... Honestly, I don't know. Because all the other steel industry players, they have already broken all of the previous day highs. You see MA Steel already popped through it without any resistance at all. Micron is still moving, still going up, even though it's slow. But Melawa is the one that's hitting the resistance. It's still pushing up, so I am surprised. But I'm ready to let go of the rest of my size at 60 cents in case I see the selling come in. And you can watch the selling with me at the bottom left of my screen. Right, so 60 cents is getting tested now. 60 cents, 60 cents and 60 and a half cents. So you can see Micron is still pushing up. So I'm very surprised that Melawa is actually pulling back. Right. If it pulls back and it pops up like that, I'm adding at 620. But it's clearing 60 cents now, so I am just gonna sell my position for now. So I'm selling to 60 cents. So I missed a bit of gains here. I sold into an average of 60 and a half cents. So I missed about 2 ticks. It's about 1k worth of gains missed, but it's fine. So Micron, CN Asia is still holding up super well. So a quick, I would say almost like a dip trade on Melawa. The entry could have been nicer. I bought into 575 and then I bought into 580. Yeah, I'll show you my orders in a second. So, hi Jin. Hi. So, these are my orders, right? First entry 575, second entry 580. if you want to hear my full thought process of why I entered at each point, you can play back the stream a bit. But mainly because of how strong this stock was yesterday, and it started to sell off a bit and curl. When I started to see the curl, that is when I decided to give it one shot, because it was more bullish, more long bias rather than short bias. So I bought into this first green candle, and my second ad was because I saw this little pullback, and I saw the rest of the steel industry still pushing up, right? So I know most likely the odds are in my favor that the stock is going to continue pushing up, right? My first sell, 595, this was a bit too early. This is definitely a bit too early, but because I was holding, I usually play 1,000 lots, right? So holding 2,000 lots is slightly riskier mathematically for me. So I decided to let go half of my size, and then I sold the rest into selling pressure. I was aiming for 620, 630 to follow this bullish momentum from all the other steel stocks, but unlucky that we chose the one that hit the resistance. That's fine. I think overall decent trade. Probably net about 4K on this. Not that much considering I bought in about 2,000 lots. But still, a gain is a gain. Now I'll watch it for a breakout, right? Not sure if I watch this or if I watch Micron. Let's check Micron. Micron's orders are a bit thinner compared to Melawa. You can see Melawa has like 3,000 on each order, right? But Micron only has like less than 1,000. So it will be a bit harder for me to trade this stock. For now, let's give it some time to pull back. So all the steel industries, give it some time to pull back a bit, and then push back up to get that nice morning breakout. Let me have a look at MA Steel for any resistance levels. Next level is 860, so a lot of space to move up. High of the day is 775. Setting alert at 770 in case the stock curls back up and I'm ready to buy into the breakout. CN Asia still holding its limit up. I have an alert down here in case it dips. I'm watching for a dip buy around 151, 141, 131. So it seems like there are a few other stocks that are pushing up today. Sign, Vivocom. What does Sign do? Home furnishing. Okay. A few huge green days, looks like it. Huge green days. Draw a bit of resistance lines just to identify where it could potentially sell off in case we play it. So around here. I'll keep this on my watch list because it has been pushing up for many days. 3 days, looks like 3 big green days, 4 green days. Vivocom, this is a Goring stock, right? So don't really fancy playing this yet. If you're in the stream and you haven't hit the like button, please hit the like button and I would really appreciate it. Thanks. Hope you guys enjoy the daily live streams. Interact more in the chat lah. Then at least we can have some conversations going, you know. So it's not just me talking to myself. So decent trade, decent first trade. Seems like MA Steel is selling off quite heavily. So I want to see it maintain this level. I don't want it to sell anymore. I want to see it flatline. Go flat over here. And then potentially push back up. I don't think I'm gonna look for any entries on Vivo until it shows me a breakout pattern. For now, it's not really ready yet. Let's have a look at Vivo. What's the high? 835. 835, but there's so much resistance on the way up. How's the daily? Right, it's dead. So I'm just gonna leave VivoCom alone. I don't think I'm gonna play this today. Just gonna focus on the steel players. This could have been a giant trade, man. If this shot up to like 620, 640, right? If you hit 640, this would have been like a 8K trade. Just unlucky that it hit the resistance so early. Why I entered Maloa? This is purely playing the industry momentum, right? Just purely industry momentum. This is not a breakout pattern, definitely not a breakout pattern. This isn't a panic dip either, but this is basically I don't have a name for it, but I guess you could, if you wanted to search how to trade this, it's basically trading pullbacks, right? If you want to do your own research, you can search on YouTube for trading pullbacks. And you will find quite a lot of resources on it. I don't have a strategy built properly for this yet, so there won't be a video coming anytime soon. But the logic, if you can play back the logic earlier, you can play back the live stream where I explained why I entered this. Right, I saw mainly industry momentum, so I have these stocks on the side. So I'm constantly watching MA Steel, I'm constantly watching Lion Industries. And I could see all of them started curling up right around here on the fourth candle of the day. On the fourth candle of the day, Lion as well, already pushing up. Fourth candle of the day, Lion already pushing up. And I started to see towards 565, 570, a lot of buying pressure coming. So I decided it's almost like a partial dip trade and mainly a pullback trade, right? I was going to give it a shot for maybe this much, and then if it can push through its day high, then at least I can confirm that the momentum is there. So if you want to check out the strategy on YouTube, there's a lot of pullback trading strategy videos. But this is definitely not a breakout or a dip. I guess you could consider it a dip, but I wasn't watching it as if I was trying to dip buy, right? Because this is too small for a dip. Also, there's also the factor of huge bullish momentum from the previous day, right? So I was playing a continuation play. And if you haven't studied this trade, I don't suggest you try and trade it. I don't suggest you copy what I do, right? Because right now, especially heading into the new year, I'm gonna start testing a few new strategies as well. So if I don't say that it's a dip or a breakout, then please don't consider it as a dip or a breakout. Also, you should study my strategy before you even try and trade on the stock market. Especially if you want to try and trade like me, it will take some time. It's not as simple as just copying my trades, especially because my stream has a delay as well. Right, so make sure you're in my academy. The Discord link is the first link in the description. Make sure you're part of that. I will share bits and pieces here and there. Right, from time to time, I'll share a few bits and pieces. So make sure you're there so that you don't miss out anything new. Okay. So for now, all of the steel stock seems to have sold off. So I'm not sure how well it will continue now, because it failed to break, especially Malawi, it failed to break the high of the previous day. I mean, let's check out other random stocks lah. Vivocom is still there. CN Asia Holdings, Sign, Chinhyun, M&G. So these are the rubbish stocks. Really can disappear. What is Presby HD rate? Invalid symbol. What? DIY very quiet, but still holding this level. So if you see this pattern on DIY, stair stepping, there's a potential for it to continue this pattern until God knows where lah. It might continue until like 1 million ringgit, who knows. Check out the other stocks. Heng Yuan today a bit lighter on the volume. Whoa, okay, Supermax. Hello. Let's have a look at Supermax. Wow. Wow. What happened here? Oh my god. So it really broke the bounce level. Next bounce level 555. Let's see if we can identify any other spots that it could potentially bounce. So $6, so 597 to $6 region. Maybe worth a shot to buy. These are always slightly tougher, you know. Maybe worth a shot. The resistance is so high though. Okay, I'm gonna try. I put my order at 605. Let's see if I get filled. I tried to buy in at 605. Right, I missed it. Never mind. So I tried to put my order at 605 right here for a dip trade, but I missed it. No big deal. Looks like MA Steel and Lion Industries are selling off quite hard. Okay, everybody's taking profits now, I guess. Oh my god, please. Let's see how Supermax is doing. Let's say theoretically I would have entered around 605 right here for a dip trade, because if you were watching the orders with me just now, 601 ringgit 601 602 had like gigantic buy orders, and 603 was being a support already around here. You can see it started bouncing at 603-ish, so it would have been a decent try to push 603 up to maybe come back up to 616 620, but we didn't get in, so you can just watch it on the sidelines. Man, what's happening with Massive sell-off on Lion. See MA Steel. Potential dip trade coming up. Wow, the orders are so thin, no wonder. What happened to the orders, man? So potential dip buy around 670. But obviously I have to watch the rest of the industry to see how they are playing out. So 50 million shares on this guy, 30 million shares on this guy. Slightly risky if I were to try and dip buy this. Wow, that was quick. Did I get filled? No, I tried to I tried to buy into 675. Again, I was a few seconds slow on the dip buy. Yeah, I tried to shoot an order at 675, but didn't get filled. It was too quick. But it seems like the bounce isn't even that strong yet, so I won't be surprised if this similar price action happens, where it's just a small rebound and a continuation of the dip. So you can leave this at the side. It's a bit risky right now. Next potential buy point is around 630, 620. See how Supermax is doing. Supermax breaking 6 soon, I think, maybe. You can watch the order flow. You can see very big orders at 6. So if it gives us a chance to get in at 603 again, then I might put in an order, because playing the huge support on 602, 601, but at the same time there's no power on these stocks anymore, man. Is there any news on Globes on why? Any news on why they are selling off so hard? MA still bouncing pretty well. Miss my entry at 675. No big deal. Let's try to catch the next one. Any potential? So 603 again. This could have been decent. Supermax 610. So I'm expecting this guy to start moving up now from 610 onwards. Once it breaks 610, which was the previous resistance, small resistance. So probably all the way up to like 620 at least. But the gain is too small for it to be worth it, because these big glove stocks, the commissions are quite high on it. So if you can't make like 20 cents on it, if you can't make 20 cents on it, it's not worth it for me. So, how is everyone doing today? 6 viewers, hello. If you are new, make sure you subscribe. I stream every single day, 9 to 10 a.m. Nowadays, I think the volume is getting better. The volume is coming back as we head into the new year. So I do expect more and more action. So make sure you tune in and check out how I trade my breakouts, how I trade my dips. And I would appreciate if you could hit the like button as well. It will help me grow my channel. It will help me grow this community. Also, if you're not part of the Discord already, I have a free trading Discord, free trading group, first link in the description. and we can all chat there. Right. Looks like everything is slowing down. Supermax, a bit of hiccup, but most likely it will continue upwards. Even if it sells off, probably bounce off 610 and continue its recovery. We're not sure how far it can go for this recovery. 620 maybe? 630 at most? So does anyone know if there's any news on this glove stocks? I know. Maybe it's because probably because of the vaccine news, right? I think Europe started rolling out its vaccine already. Not sure which exact countries, but I heard that Europe has started to roll out vaccines quite heavily. So that probably caused the sell-off on the gloves, and the gloves sell-off indirectly probably caused this as well. So you can see the importance of these lines, these lines that are drawn on the chart. They are not random lines that I put there for fun. They are lines that I use to gauge where I will dip buy or where I will sell my stocks. So a very clear use of the resistance line today is how I wanted to sell half of my shares towards 615 and 610 in case it breaks 620, in case it fails at 620, right? And we know this is a resistance because we read the charts. We saw that this was a previous resistance, 620, a previous resistance since 2016 and previous resistance from yesterday. And same for MA Steel. I wanted to dip buy at 675 right here, bouncing off 670, right? Which was yesterday's breakout point. So happened today it bounced off very close to the lines, but on a normal day, if you start to use support and resistance, you have to understand that it's zones, right? So it can bounce anywhere from, let's say, 670 to 660, right? You can bounce anywhere around here. So it's not just the green line. So these lines help you to anticipate where to buy and where to sell, but they're usually just a guide. Don't treat them as like buy signals. Okay, just treat them as a guide and pair them with reading the order book. Right, when the price goes near where you think it's going to bounce, read the orders. If the orders align as well, when you start to see buying pressure, then at least you have more confidence, right? Because you have two things to back up your theory that it will bounce. So right now, if you have any stocks that appear on your watch list that I could look at, if you want me to look at, just let me know in the chat. Yeah. CN Asia bouncing up and down around. Oh, okay. Looks like there is some selling. Maybe you can see it's touching 168 already. If it touches 167, then it will be a new low already. And we might be able to catch a quick dip buy of this if it starts to sell off. Because it's just been pure buying all the way, right? There's been no selling. So anybody who bought around 90 cents, anybody who bought around 120, who bought 130, they are still holding. Most of them will be still holding, right? Because literally no one has sold yet. So the moment any big players, let's say a shark, right, a syndicate or a big firm, when they let go their volume, when a huge candle comes in, everyone is going to panic. And when the panic comes, that's where we jump in and catch catch the people who are panicking out, who are selling at like stupid prices. For now, we don't have to keep watching this. We just let the alert do the work for us, right? When the alert pops, then we'll look at it. Make use of what we have so that we can focus our energy on somewhere else. The steel players, no potential for now unless it's a dip. Unless it's a dip trade. Micron is pulling up pretty well. Malawar is following more on the other steel players, right? Micron is just doing its own thing in its own world. Let's check the screener for any other stocks that could be played. So I'm looking for percent gain and also at the same time volume, right? If there is more than 10 million volume, those catch my eye more. So Engtex. This is probably a steel player as well. Yeah, you can see that if I put any steel company on the side, right, it will look exactly the same. And look at this. It looks exactly the same. Up, down a bit. The first rebound, fail, and the second rebound, same. First rebound, fail, second rebound. So this is what I mean by industry momentum, right? If you see stock A move up already, and you know stock B is the same industry, very similar company, but it hasn't moved yet, you can anticipate that it's going to move with it. But obviously, it doesn't work all the time, right? I tried to play like this last time during the glove hype. If one glove stock moved, then I would buy into the other glove stock. But it doesn't work all the time, because it doesn't have to follow, right? You can't be mad at it if it doesn't follow the industry. It does what it wants to do. Right? And the stock doesn't care what you want it to do. It doesn't care about your feelings. It doesn't care about your position. It doesn't care about your money. If the stock wants to dip, it's gonna dip. So it's hitting new lows, 166. Let's see if we can get some increase in volume. So that's what I'm watching right now. Increase in volume, and obviously big red candles going down. So those two will be indicators of dip buy on the way. But for now, if you watch the order side, you can see a very big order at 165. So this will be almost like a great wall, right? That's holding up the hope for the people who are still holding. They are all looking at 165 right now. And most of them will start thinking, if 165 starts to break, I'm going to start selling. So we'll keep an eye around 165. And if we break 165, it's probably going to start flushing already. So whatever I just explained is not predicting, it's understanding how I used to trade, right? How I would trade this. Imagine I'm holding this stock. Would I sell already? Most likely no. And what would trigger me to sell? If I see that there's a huge buying support, it will give me more comfort to hold on, right? So think about it. If you're holding a lot of CN Asia shares right now, right? Are you selling already? Are you going to sell already? Have you sold already? If you haven't sold, right, when would you sell? So the two main triggers that I can think of internally, right, how I would feel, right, is if 165 breaks, because this is the big wall that's holding up all the buyers. If 165 breaks, then I will start to panic. Some people will sell straight away, but some people will still hold and hope, right? But they'll be more wary. The next trigger would be probably breaking the low of the day. The low of the day is 162. So if I see the stock break below 162, most likely most of them will start selling already, right? And maybe some other people who are playing it like gambling lah, right? Who are not using any kind of indicators, any kind of support and resistance or any technical knowledge. Those people who bought for fun, close their eyes, they are just going to sell on the way down anyway. So you don't predict those. You predict the ones, you try and predict the ones that make more sense, right, in a technical sense. Where, I mean, it's quite obvious when I mention it already that, okay, obviously when the huge selling support, when the huge buying support gets broken, then of course you sell. But what you need to do is try to get enough experience in the market so that this becomes automatic, so that you can identify where people will sell and after which point is broken, it can start to flush. Not just to identify dips, but to also, in case you are holding the stock, right, you have an idea on where you want to let go of your stock, so that it doesn't become just pure guessing game, pure luck, you know. At least put a bit of logic into it. So it seems to be holding 165, 166 quite well. So I don't think it's going to break anytime soon. But we have our alert there at all times. Right? This alert is going to stay here until it crosses the price. The sign looks like it's probably just another steel player. CMSB. So I think we ran through some of this. L Steel as well. Bintai 1% only, no point looking. Solution, Care Plus. All the top losers are the gloves. So anyone in the chat holding glove stocks right now? Anyone still holding gloves? Either Top Glove or Supermax for, let's say, your long-term investment. Right? Sorry for all the white lines. Those are all my support and resistance lines, but they are necessary. Seems like Top Glove is breaking new lows already. So the previous low was 611. Today it hit 604. Okay, that is probably a scary sight for most investors or traders. But if you can hold the 6 ringgit level, I'm sure Top Glove, I don't want to say it, but I'm sure somebody, some big corporation that might be linked to Top Glove or might be Top Glove themselves, they might be like spilling in all their funds to support the price at 6 ringgit, right? And probably the institutions also start to see, probably they have like some funny bands, right? Funny lines, like these kind of funny lines. Oh, it's breaking below the Bollinger Band, time to buy, time to add my position or some stupid thing like that. So I would be quite surprised if it breaks 6. If it breaks 6, right, then, I mean, it's free falling from here on, right? Look at this big space. What? Do any of you see a world where gloves can come back to its former glory? So what are the odds of it coming back halfway? What are the odds of it breaking new highs? Maybe we need like COVID 30, right? Touch wood. Don't pray for all those stupid things. But what I meant to say is maybe we need like a huge anomaly for it to come back to its previous glory, you know. So still cycling between all the steel stocks. Don't think there is much potential anymore. I'm just gonna leave my order below the previous bounce. More for in case it starts to break below where it rebounded just now, then I could watch it for another dip buy. Supermax managed to hit 620, but after a lot of chop, it got chopped up over here, up and down, up and down, up and down. Not the prettiest. So we had some good morning volume, good morning momentum. Seems like everything is slowing down right now. The main players yesterday and today, probably the next few days, if they can hold their highest, is the steel industry. Looks like there's gonna be a slight consolidation today, maybe tomorrow as well. But as long as it doesn't start to sell off too heavily, right? As long as it can hold this line here. Yeah, as long as it doesn't, let's say, break yesterday's low, as long as it doesn't break below 60 cents, let's say. Just throwing a number out there. This is not a recommendation, right? I'm not recommending you to buy anything. I'm just saying that roughly, if it can hold around the 60-cent level, then in the next few days, there's definitely potential for it to continue its momentum up. It's purely from a technical standpoint. Could be right, could be wrong. Stock, again, the stock does what it wants, regardless of what you say. Okay, 9:50 a.m. approaching 10 a.m. I gotta head to work soon. If you have any stocks or any questions, please shoot them in the chat. Then maybe in 5 minutes I'll give a rundown of what I'll look at for the rest of the day. Seems like everything is quite soft already. I don't see much breakout potential. So if there's no other questions, right, let me just run through what I think has potential for the rest of the day. Okay. So VivoCom might push up quite a lot, but due to all the resistance, the previous resistance over the past few recent days, especially on 22nd December, right? Let me remove these lines. These few days, they're just too choppy, and then the candle, the price action as well, is just not ideal. So I'm not gonna try and attempt this, even though it looks borderline okay, still quite ugly. Pharma stocks are in a downtrend, especially Solution now, heavy downtrend. So I need to look for the first green day before I dare to even try on stocks like this. But for today, CN Asia will be my top pick for a dip buy, right? Watching a dip, ideally a bounce around 150 or 140 or 130. So those 3 points will be where I will look to enter. Obviously, considering the order flow as well, not just blindly entering. And close this. I'm gonna leave the steel players up because these might have some potential, but if I were to guess what they're gonna do today, it's just gonna flatline, you know. It's just gonna bounce around this range. Maybe if it breaks out, I will try and catch one. I'm not sure which I will try. Maybe Malawa or Micron. MA Steel has pulled back quite a lot already, so the breakout might be a bit harder, right? Breakout might be a bit harder to go far. So these 4 will be on my active watch list for the day. CN Asia, waiting for the alert to pop for a dip buy. And probably anything that pops up in the rest of the day. Okay, someone has requested to see Grand Flow. Grand Flow, even though the percent is, there's 5% on that, but if you have watched my previous trades, you should know usually what type of stocks I look at lah, how I want the chart to look like. This is a bit too small for me in terms of the range, right? It's only a 20 cent, 25 cent range, and there's no clear direction yet. So you can see it's basically consolidating. You can try, I mean, if you want to play like a 15-minute breakout, right? This could be a 15-minute or a 1-hour breakout, right? And the first resistance being around here, around 370 area. But this kind of stocks I usually avoid because 1, it's too small for me. 2, it's the range is too small and there's no clear momentum, right? Well, thanks for bringing this up. For anyone else who wants to try and play this, you can try, but not recommending it. Yeah, that seems to be the only stocks that I see right now. They are probably the top volume gainers as well, all the Steel C, Malawam, MA Steel, Lion Industries. Let's give Angtex one more look. Yeah, that is, if any of the steel moves, then all of them move together lah. Asia, let's see how Asia looks like. Probably very choppy as well, very blocky. Each candle has like one tick. Iris announcement. Okay, I don't usually follow news because I trade 99.99% of technicals. Let's see what Iris has. What announcement? Seems like they're gonna announce something at 10 a.m. maybe. But it is hitting its recent resistance, so almost as high as it's been since 2014. So Iris, again, for this stock is a bit hard for me to play because of how small the range is, right? Like if I played yesterday, I buy at the bottom and sold at the top, right? I made 3 cents. And for some people, the way they look, different people look at it differently. You might see it in percent. You might say that if you buy at the bottom, sell at the top, you make 10% yesterday. But the way I trade almost a constant lot size most of the time. So just to manage my risk. So if I play a constant lot size here, I make 3 cents nonetheless, right? You might look at it at 10%, I look at it as 3 cents. In terms of announcement, that I have no idea because I do not follow fundamentals at all. So you can throw me a rubbish stock like Bibocom, right? That flies after stock split with no news at all, and I'll still trade that as long as the stock has volume and as long as it starts to move in a specific direction. What does Iris even do? waiting for a project. I assume this is a government project. But they're gonna fight against MyEG. Okay, well, so it's either or lah, right? You either go into, you either look at Iris or you look at MyEG, because those two are the ones that are fighting for this project. But at the same time, Malaysia style lah, right? Buy on rumor, sell on news. So if you're thinking of buying now, you might want to think twice, because most of the people are already starting to let go, I think. So today, took a quick trade here. If you want to watch it, you can watch the replay or just play it back. You can drag it back. The trade happened very early in the morning, 9:03 a.m. So you can watch that. Very quick trade. Sold it all off in 10 minutes. Yeah, current watch list. CN Asia for dip. Steel industry for continuation. That's about it. I stream every single day, 9 a.m. same spot. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you're subscribed so that you don't miss any new videos or any streams, right? And make sure you're in my Discord group. First link in the description. That is where I update the community. I plan to push more of my updates to my Discord rather than my Instagram. So I used to post my trades on Instagram every single day, but after the new year, I'm gonna start posting them on my public Discord. It's free to join, so just click the first link in the description. Yeah, I hope you guys have the great rest of the day. I hope you guys, if you traded today, I hope it went well. If not, I hope you study hard on where you made mistakes so that you can prevent it from happening again. Make sure you study hard before you start trading. Disclaimer. It might seem straightforward when I trade and I speak my mind, but all of this comes it comes automatically through a lot of time in the market and a lot of studying lah. So if you want to learn more, make sure you're part of the Discord. I'll share more over time as we get more active there. Make sure you study my patterns. If you want to trade like me, I have a breakout pattern video on my channel. Look for the yellow box, the yellow thumbnail. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow first thing in the morning as usual, 9 a.m. Hope you have a great one and take care.